Nice speed up in.
I picked Appin to ride today on the fat bike for two reasons. Appin's a place I've ridden many times when Wollongong Mountain Bike Club used to run regular monthly races there. On the one hand, it was never my favourite track to ride because it's quite technical. I also recognise that I learnt a lot of my technical skills from riding repeatedly at Appin. I had a break for probably 3 or 4 years not riding Appin, and then after I got the fat bike, the Wollongong Fat Bike group said, oh, how about we go and do a ride up at Appin? I rode up there for the first time on the fat bike and thought, wow, this is a different place on fat tyres. That confidence, stability, ability to ride over anything. Yeah, one of the things I find now is that if I'm switching back to the race bike with 2.3 inch tyres, I've got to watch that I remember that I've got to pick lines. Because on the fat bike, you just ride over stuff, which could prop you up or tip you over on the skinny tyre. So Appin is probably from me personally at the technical end of the scale that I like to ride at. It's got some challenging bits, it's very rocky, but it's quite rewarding as well and satisfying to say how I got through that technical section. And to me, riding that on the fat bike demonstrates the capability of the fat bike to be able to do anything, but also demonstrates the capability to ride such a wide range of terrain. Anything from a perfectly smooth beach for 12 kilometres to a really rocky sandstone bush track.
Oh, hang on. Oh. I didn't have a good line.
Nice.
I live near the beach. Maybe I should get one of them for a bit of fun, for something different. I've been looking online to see what was available for not much money. Then walked into Simple Cycles in Wollongong, the Trek dealer where my son was working as a mechanic. They have it on display. But I said, I've been thinking about getting one of them. And my son behind the counter cringed, and Pete, the owner, said, yeah, we've got demos down at the other shop. You should line one up, take one out for a ride. So I did. A couple of weeks later, took it for a couple of laps, said to them, yeah, you sold me. Didn't hear much back for a couple of weeks, and then I was in the shop for something else, and the owner, Pete, said to me, he said, what if I did you a really good deal on the higher model, the Farley 9 rather than the Farley 5? I said, okay, yeah, don't do me something special just because my son's here. He said, no, the higher model is more difficult to sell. If we sell it to you, I know it'll get used and that you'll be an advocate for it. I said, okay. Little did I realise that one of the things that changed between the Farley 5 and the Farley 9 was the wheel size. We were talking earlier today, 27.5 inch fat tyres are hard to find. There are only 2 brands in Australia available, Bontrager and Maxxis. Whereas if you're 26 inch fat tyres, you've got tens of choices, I won't say hundreds, but lots of choices. Started taking more of an interest in who else had fat bikes around, found out that there were a few riders in Wollongong, also found out about the South Coast Fat Bike Collective, which is based out around Nowra. Most guys in the Navy work at Albatross. So I think the first group fat bike ride I did was largely with that Nowra group for the Global Fat Bike Day in December every year, and it's just grown from there. But one of the things that I guess really turned me into an advocate for fat bikes rather than just saying they're fun on the beach was the Wollongong, or Illawarra Fat Bike Fanatics we call ourselves, group. We ride anywhere and everywhere on them. People say to me when I'm out on the fat bike, oh, wow, look at the size of those wheels. What's that for? Anything and everything. I never imagined that a bike could be, that looks in one respect to be so designed for something specific, could be so versatile. As we were talking about on the beach, they're super stable with the tyre width, but the combination of the stability and the traction leads to a whole lot of other things. It gives you confidence. It gives you an ability to ride over stuff that you might not otherwise contemplate. And so technical trails like Appin, which I haven't ridden for a few years, when I've been back there on the fat bike, I thought, wow, this isn't as bad as I remember it. I feel so much more comfortable and confident riding on fat tyres on difficult technical rocky terrain. And loose stuff's also another one. I was riding 2 years ago in the Westpac rescue helicopter chopper ride. We had this big long descent on a dirt road, and it was really rutted in both wheel or tread lines on the road, but the middle was loose pile of gravel. And I remember getting to the
Bro.
bottom and someone saying to me, "Oh, which line did you take, the left or the right?" I took the middle. I'm on fat tyres. You can ride confidently in loose stuff, knowing that you're just not going to wash out. I am an advocate for fat bikes. It's because they can do anything. They're not the best, they're not the fastest, but they can do anything.
To try to get my pedal confidence up, and when I went to the park the other night, just to practice on clipping, try to do some wheelies clipped in, some manuals clipped in, bunny hops, all that stuff, and eventually I was doing a manual and I went too far backwards. Clipped in. Not so good, but something I had to do.
Fundraising ride for the Westpac Rescue Helicopter out of the Tamworth Chopper Base. This year will be my 5th year doing that ride. Usually about 60 or 70 riders each year. I remember the first year I turned up, I didn't know anybody when I first got there. So I ride, didn't know a soul. The ride captain was going around introducing himself to all the new riders. I've already formed the impression that while this is a ride, what we're here for is to fundraise and have fun while riding.
Oh shit! There's a rock there.
Rock.
Hug time. She's okay. Is that a fails and bails?
Oh yeah.
It's not true mountain biking, it's not single track usually, although if they can find something they will. It's dirt roads, country, through country towns, but great camaraderie. I've made some great mates over the last 4 years doing that ride. Last year we raised about $120,000 to keep the chopper flying. The Westpac Rescue Helicopter from Northern New South Wales has a motto: no one's ever had to pay for the service, and we want to keep it that way. And that's why I do that ride every year. Really came home for me on that ride 2 years ago. A good mate of mine who's a mountain biker from Wollongong was away on a holiday in northern New South Wales on his motorbike with his wife, had a bad crash, broke his leg in 2 or 3 places and got picked up by the Westpac Rescue Helicopter. And I sent him a message to get well, and he sent me back a message saying, "You're going to get big sponsorship this year. That Westpac helicopter is awesome." And last year I was actually interviewed by the ride captain. "Why do you do this ride?" And I said, "Well, look, I've done it always because I enjoy it, because it's a great cause, but when that happened to my mate, it made it personal for me. I've sort of always felt a bit funny living in southern New South Wales and doing a charity ride for an organisation that services northern New South Wales. Now it doesn't worry me. Never know when you might need that service. You could be on a holiday anywhere in the northern part of New South Wales, and that service covers everywhere, basically north of Sydney." I have no plans to give up mountain biking. I have been challenged a few times over the years. I'm nearly 56 now, and it's probably 5 years ago I first started getting questions from people, "Oh, when are you going to give up that crazy mountain biking sport? You're getting too old." So I'd say then, no plans to give it up. Riding a demo e-bike 2 or 3 years ago has taken my answer to another level now, because I now know that even if my legs are still but maybe not up to keeping going, if I could move to an e-bike and just keep going forever. So next time somebody asks me that, I will say never, because I don't need to. I enjoy it. I love getting out in the bush. I love the scenery. I love the camaraderie. I love the challenge and the satisfaction. I get a lot out of it.
Go. Thanks, Tim.
Main loop done with one Floyd.
That's great.
I guess just going back to the conversation before about why Appin, or
Thank
the
you.
question before,
Yeah.
because people expect to see me riding on 7 Mile Beach on this.
Yeah.
They don't expect to see me riding here. I
You-
pull up here and they go, "What's that?"
Kept a good pace.